Hello, 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 and welcome back to Strange Horticulture, episode 5. I don't believe we're already there. Episode 5, it's crazy. Alright, last time we did a little bit of organization, which was very necessary. We left off on day 6. Day 6, Wednesday. Finally, the day that I'm uploading this. It's correct. Alright. So we have our nice, neatly organized plants over here. Organized, vaguely by letter of the alphabet. So definitely a necessary little adjustment. It'll make life a lot easier. We have some unidentified plants over here still, but that's okay. But anyway, let's take a look at this little card here. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards towards the fork. So we need to find Coniston. So Coniston water. So the old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. This seems like it might be right. Yeah. The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of water on water. I'm soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. Very nice. Get the sound up a little bit for you. 2 plants. Collect. 2 new plants. Oh, they look quite similar. There's, they kind of have the, like, lavender-esque stems. Both of them are purpley flowers. One of them has very spiky, pointy purple flowers, a lot of them on a single stem. And the other has some, like, 4-leaf clover-shaped flower petals. The spiky flower one looks, it's a little bit lighter flowers, with some leaves that stick out horizontally and droop a little bit. They have a small vein on them. And the ones that look like 4-leaf clover flowers that are a lot darker purple have leaves that stick straight up and are a slightly lighter green. Okay. Very nice. Let's get our first customer of the day. Eleanor Bramer. The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. People stay away and not much grows there, but I know where to find an unusual plant. I have drawn you a map in case you decide it's worth your time. Wonderful, thank you. Get a note. Ooh, a will to explore. Alright. Yeah, let's give it a look. So we need something that looks sort of like this. It's got a... I mean, this looks pretty promising. This over here. It's kind of... has this little arch, this little sticky-outy thing down here. Interesting. So, it's kind of hard to tell. There's the sticky-outy things, that takes up like 1 space. Like a little space over, that's 1 space there. So that's 1 space up here, maybe 1 space up here, another. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe 2 over? Ooh, okay. That was a lucky guess. The air is thick with flying, biting insects, an unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I am overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. I do have some winter boar. Beautiful. And identified. Book entry. Dranthium mens fortis. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Dranthium as Green Eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose, where even the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. Interesting. Okay. The blue winter saves my skin, but the swirling mass of insects is so thick in places that it is hard to see. At length, I come across what I came for, and hurry away. I get one plant. New plant acquired. Very brightly colored thorns. Very bright red flowers with long, kind of spiky looking petals. And a very vibrant yellow interior. And some green leaves that are a little like wavy along the edges. But kind of form this long, sort of ovally spade shape. Okay. That does sound very much like the one we were looking for the other day. Was it... What were you called? Eyebright? Eyebright. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. This definitely looks like brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, which that actually might have been. Well, it was not really south. Interesting. In warmer climates. I don't know. So this only grows to the south. I didn't really find it in the south, but those thorns look menacing. I'm staying well clear of them. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to label this very tentatively as eyebright. But I am not sure. I'm labeling it with red because I'm really not sure. Alright. Okay. That should be it. Move that to the archive. Beautiful. Bethany Coleman. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. The Sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Arda was poisoned with gilded dendra has everyone worried. The temporary acting Arda is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and her sister Charlotte remembered that the Jacob's Worth plant is said to help locate people. We're trying to find her and her sister Charlotte. Okay. Jacob's Worth. That would be over here. Right. Beautiful. Oh. Oh no, it... I was wondering, it's messed up my, organization system. Just kind of threw stuff everywhere. That's not cool. Okay. Okay. Put some stuff over here. Alright, excellent. Jacob's Worth, these one. There we go. Plant identified. Book entry. Solomon's Scepter. Vargamos infernum. Also known, alarmingly, as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn, the flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. That looks an awful lot like this one right here. Light purple flowers. The smell is alluring. Solomon's Scepter. Sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. Yeah, that looks pretty similar. That looks like Solomon's Scepter. Use that. Solomon's Scepter. Alright. That one can go over here somewhere. It should go next to Shimmerlung, so we'll put it in front of the St. John's Poppy. Alright. Very good, it's just a smidge. Okay. Very nice. Next. This one. Peggy Morris. I read about a wonderful sounding ornamental plant, but my book didn't say what it was called or where to find it. Okay. It has curled leaves and a dark blue flower. Yeah, that is this one, Lady of Summer. Identified. I think that was already identified, but that's fine. Alright, next customer. Ennis Aylford. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. Okay, letter collect. Interesting. Dendru. I represent a group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sadgill Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendru. Ominous. Alright, I'll put that down there for now. Verona Green. I have returned from Swinside. I must admit, I was hoping for more to go on, but there were certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the Stone Circle. And the poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though, grisly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of the gilded dendra. Okay, well, this is the one I thought was the gilded dendra. Fingers ache from handling this plant. Dark blue petals are soft and feathery, and it's bad to touch. No touchy. Use plant. That is the gilded dendra. Alright. Maiden's Sorrow, Dolores spinatum. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along its stem that are thought to lend its name. Interesting. This looks sort of like that. A single pink flower that smells pleasant. What is this called? Maiden's Sorrow? This definitely looks interesting. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, yep. And the thorns along its stem. So it's got thorns and it droops. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna label this as Maiden's Sorrow. Maiden's Sorrow. Okay. Very nice. Where are all the M's? The M's are all up here. Maiden's Sorrow. I'll put you actually curious how many plants I can fit on a single... I can actually fit a lot of them. I fit like all of them on here? Oh my goodness. I can. Interesting. Maybe I'll actually do that. Put as many as I can on a single... Then that'll prevent things from getting in the way. Oops. Because then if I can fit, yeah, because if I can fit all of these on here, then I can organize them based on everything else as well. And then any new ones will show up below, which means that it won't run into a bunch of stuff. Alright, yeah, that seems doable. It's definitely not as aesthetic, but I think it'll work well for now. Alright, next customer. Anne Wood. My aunt died 2 weeks ago, and I inherited her house. I have been sifting through her possessions, and last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic, I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines, so strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? Forgetful. Yeah, what was this one? What does this one do? I'm curious. I can't remember. Forgetful. Ah, one of the few known ways to release the bind of swift snare. Okay. Yeah. You can have some of this. There you go. Is it? Good. Plant identified. Book entry. Elderfinium major cordalis. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. It has an intoxicating scent, similar to that of Solomon's scepter. Interesting. So Solomon's scepter was this one over here. Light purple flowers, the smell is alluring. There's nothing really much else about it. Dark blue flowers, smells like sweet rhubarb. I think that's it. Is it Elderfinium? Yeah. So it's got kind of, yeah, because this one doesn't have a little thingy sticking up. Certainly not that one. There's this one. A rather unpleasant scent. Definitely not intoxicating. This one. A sweet scent. It doesn't look quite right, though. I don't think that's it. This definitely doesn't look the same. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. Okay. Well, I don't think we have Elderfinium yet, which we should probably try and get our hands on. Okay. So, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with this. Whether or not we're gonna leave the St. John's poppy flower outside of the church. We have to do it before Friday. Today is Wednesday. So we have one more episode before we have to make a decision. Alright. We're going to end the day. Oh, and before we're done, I'll go take a look at the bios. Alright, new card. 5 miles south of the tallest but one, it grows in peace in the midday sun. Interesting. Before she left, she returned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book, her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but by now it had become an obsession. Okay. Day 7, Thursday. Before I end this episode, I wanted to take a look at the bios, because there's this new guy, Ennis Aylford, the cultist. A man who claims to represent the group known as the Seeds of Redemption. He grew up in nearby Gosforth, but it is rumored that he spent some time living in Rydal Cave. It is not clear what happened in the intervening years, but by the time he came to Undermere, he had dedicated his life to the one he calls the Woken Dendru. Okay. Well, that seems to be all about him. So, the cultist. Interesting. We'll have to see if, you know, the cultist is of interest. We'll have to, you guys want to see that. Yeah. So, that'll be it for this episode. It was a little bit shorter of an episode today. But if you're interested in seeing the, me pursue the Dendru, whatever that is, let me know. Leave me a comment down, on this video. Should I bring the St. John's Poppy to Sadgale Church? Will I join a cult? Who knows? That's up to you guys. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like. It would be really awesome if you'd leave me a comment letting me know what you want me to do here. I am not sure how the storyline, like, super goes. I kind of have a vague understanding of where the story ends up, but I know that I think there's about 8 different endings that this game can possibly have, so definitely let me know if this is something you want me to do, because the story will change based on what you guys have me do. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, like I said, leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you drink some tea, and go outside, take a walk, get yourself something to drink, get yourself some food, take care of yourself, and other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!